Summer is definitely officially here in Florida. It's hot. It's like 90, 95 degrees. Humidity's like 80 to 90%, which, by the way, is absurd. Like 90, isn't 100% humidity like water? I mean, I don't think that's how humidity actually works. Let's just say it's just not fun to be outside when the humidity's like 90%. The hurricanes will crank up here soon. With the way this just complete cluster F of a year is going, I would assume the hurricanes are going to start pretty soon. Everything else has gone wrong so far in 2020. Bright side though, we've got palm trees and no shortage of Florida man headlines because there's always some guy in Florida doing something stupid. So there's that. Hello folks, and welcome back to another episode. And like we've clearly established, it is hotter than a hooker's doorknob on payday outside. Summer is here, which means it's time to switch up to everyday carry. I switch my EDC a little bit when summer hits. The clothes get a little lighter. Well, I mean, Florida, I'll just be honest, I wear pretty light clothes all year round, but definitely in the summer when it's super hot, having a ton of gear on you and just the extra, it's hot, the air's thick. You don't want all the extra crap just piling on your pockets. So I slimmed down my carry a lot in the summer. My buddy Taylor from Best Damn EDC actually just made a really great video. If you haven't checked it out, I will link it right over here somewhere. He actually did a video about things that change about his EDC in summer. I think a lot of people's everyday carry switches up in summer. He points out some things that I think a lot of us do come summer as far as narrowing down our carry, except for his like really odd and unjustified hatred for slant pocket pants. Like, Taylor, buddy, what did slant pocket pants ever do to you, man? I mean, come on, buddy. You can't wear skinny jeans all year. It's okay. The slant pockets are good. We'll get to more of the slant pocket conversation later. A lot of you actually commented in the last video, like, how the hell do you carry that much stuff? Well, you'll be glad to see that come summer, things go very minimalist. This is a much more refined, minimal, kind of bare essential kind of carry for me. So to start things off, the cornerstone of everybody's EDC, the knife. Oh, I've been pumped about this one. I've been excited. I've been waiting for this one. Man, what in the actual, how did you get out? I tied you up with duct tape. With duct tape so that you wouldn't interrupt this. Oh boy, you don't have to tell me. Do you have any idea how bad it hurt to get the duct tape out of this beard? It was not fun. So one, rude, and two, your use of duct tape disturbs me a little. The fact that you went there, what does that say about things you've done in the past? I'm just saying. Secondly, I had to get out. I used my pocket knife. That's why you always carry a knife. I'm excited to give you my update. My EDC summer update. Oh boy. I can't wait to see this one. You did Houdini out of the duct tape though, man, so let's see it. What in the Sam hell is that? It's my lotion holster, man. My lotion holster for my Tiege Hanley. Talked about it in the last video. Remember, you made fun of me. You thought it was a stupid idea. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. You are a couple French fries short of a Happy Meal, my friend. You actually made that? Oh, yeah. In the last video, you said it was dumb, so I had to prove you wrong. See that? It's a quick draw lotion application for instant moisturization. I don't think that proves that it's not dumb, my friend. Just that you're nuttier than a porta potty at a peanut festival. Okay, that's just gross. Why'd you have to go there, man? But summer's coming, man. Lots of sun, you're outdoors more, it's bright. This stuff has 20 SPF, so you keep your skin moisturized and protect it from the melanomas. Roger that. Okay, so as usual, there is just a tiny bit of truth in his blubbering insanity. Tiege Hanley is a really great men's skincare subscription service. They offer really high quality, affordable skincare for guys like me and you that maybe want to take care of our skin but don't want to deal with all the headaches and muss and fuss of the whole thing. They have systems starting as low as $15 if you're interested in trying them out, and it includes a daily face wash and the moisturizer that includes the 20 SPF that lotion holsters over there are so fond of. They send you a full 30-day supply of everything you need once a month so that you don't have to worry about it. If this sounds like something you're interested in, check the description down below. I'm going to put a link, and that's going to give you a nice little discount on your first box of Tiege Hanley. As always, thanks to Tiege Hanley for supporting the channel and sponsoring this video. All right there, Captain Moisturizer. We got everything covered? Are we good? Can we get back to the video now? Well, not completely. I carry some face wash on me. I carry some of their chapstick in my left pocket. That's it. I'm done. Get out of here, you son of a... Oh, okay, man. Jesus, you're so aggro. Oh, I'll show you aggro if you don't get the hell out of here. All right, man, I'm going, you grumpy son. All right. Sorry guys. So back to what I was saying. Let's start with the cornerstone of everybody's carry, the knife. I mean, I think that's the cornerstone, right? For me, the cornerstone of my EDC, kind of the thing I pick first almost every single day is what knife I'm gonna carry. This knife is special. Now you might look at it and say, well, Jeremy, it's a PM2. It's a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. You had one of those in your spring EDC. This is a special one that is coming very soon from our good folks at BladHQ. It is not out yet. It is coming very soon though. Depending on when this video drops, keep an eye out, because if you're watching this in the future, I will link down below where you can get this. But I think it is a limited time kind of thing. So when it drops, I think there's only so many of them. Once they're gone, they're gone. So definitely keep an eye on BladHQ for announcements on when this thing's actually being released. So how is it special, you say? These are copper scales on this PM2. These are not like normal copper scales. You see a lot of people who have bought Flatanium aftermarket copper scales and put them on PM2s. These are actually copper scales from Spyderco, comes from the factory this way, and it is a liner delete. So there is no liner in this. They have also done some machining on the inside, some skeletonizing, so to speak, to take out some of the weight of these copper scales. Now that being said, it's copper. So this, I mean, she's a heavy girl. This is still a heavy knife. They've taken the liner out of this thing, and it's the first time Spyderco's ever done that, which is pretty damn cool. Plus it is this new steel that this is the first time I've heard of it, is this CPM Rex 45. I've not had this knife long enough to torture test it to really formulate a good solid opinion. I mean, it is sharp as all get out the box. From what I'm researching and what I read about this stuff's tougher than Superman's kneecap. Supposedly it's really good steel over the normal S30V that you see in most paramilitary 2s. And I don't know if it has something to do with I had asked Sak about it when he sent it to me. By the way, big thank you, Sak, for getting this out to me to check out. The action on this seems smoother than a normal pair. So I said, hey, did they change the washers or the bearings or something different about this one than your typical paramilitary 2? And he said, no, there's just some magic or something going on in there. Maybe it's because the washers, because there's no liner, maybe the washers are rubbing on straight copper potentially, which phosphor bronze against copper, maybe that's just a slicker finish. I don't know. All I know is I have a paramilitary 2 and my paramilitary 2 is smooth, don't get me wrong, but this thing just, it has a much smoother, like you can feel it. If you're used to fiddling with a knife and you know the feel of a knife, you get very familiar. I don't know. It's just a smooth criminal. You've been hit by a smooth criminal. I won't go into too many details on the Paramilitary 2 because obviously a hugely popular knife in the knife community. You guys know the dimensions and size and all that. Just that this is a special edition coming out, and keep an eye out for on BladHQ because it is copper. And you know me, patina. I do love anything that patinas. Come on with your come on. I love it. Plus, by the way, with all the crazy Corona crap that's going on right now, another nod to my buddy Taylor, he did a video. Apparently, copper and brass are antimicrobial or antiviral or whatnot. This is like the Corona killer. Apparently, viruses cannot live on copper alloys, such as copper or brass that has a lot of copper in it. Apparently, they cannot live on copper surfaces the way they can on other. So it's a much more hygienic knife with all the going ons in the world today. So definitely keep your eye out. Really cool, awesome knife. And that is finding its way into my pocket most days since he sent it to me. I will say that's a pretty recent addition. There are a few other knives. Obviously my bug out. You guys have heard me talk about my bug out, my beloved bug out. That's like one of my favorite knives of all time. It's great for summer because it's super light, but you guys have seen that in plenty of videos, so I'm not going to talk about it. Another knife that I did want to talk about real quick because it's so inexpensive is the Pilar. I don't know. I think it's the Pilar is how it's pronounced. CRKT Pilar. Now this is the large version, or as I've heard other people call it, I think they call it this on BladHQ, the Pilarge, because it's the large Pilar. See what they did there? But anyway, I really dig this knife. One, I like it better than the normal Pilar because it's a little bigger. The normal one is a little small for my hand. I have fairly large hands, and this is just the normal size one's a tad small. This one fits my hands much, much better. I like it because A, you can Spidey flick it. It also, unlike the smaller version, has a flip tab on the back. So if you want to flick it, you can. It's not the best flipper I've ever had as far as, I don't think the detent is crazy strong. So you kind of have to really get after it to flip it with the flipper, but I rarely ever open it with the flipper. I usually Spidey flick it with the hole there. But the thing that's so great about the Pilar is much like the PM2, and you'll find this is like a reoccurring theme with me, the ergonomic. This knife feels fantastic in your hand. Jasper Voxnez is one of the kings of design when it comes to ergonomics, as far as I'm concerned. The way this knife fits in your hand, and you can get that grip and choke up on it, you can kind of pinch grip it like this, and your finger can go over the tip to do fine work. The sheep's foot style blade, I'm a big fan of. It's very utilitarian, good for opening boxes, lots of different tasks. It's a frame lock, nothing special. I mean, it's just like CR30, I think it's 8 CR30 MOV steel, so nothing spectacular about the steel, but you can get these things for under 40 bucks. I think they're like 38 bucks. So in the summer when you're running around and you want something small and compact, it's kind of just a nice little beater knife, I do carry this one quite a bit because I don't worry about it. So if I tear it up and I have to get another one, it's not the end of the world. You start getting into your knives that are over like, 150, 200 bucks, that hurts a little more if something happens to it, if it gets messed up. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the Pilar because I mean, it's pretty popular in the community, but it's such a good, the Pilar Large, man. Check out a Pilar Large. If you haven't ever checked one out, I think it's definitely worth a mention. Both of these guys, I carry tip up, the only way to carry, by the way. Somebody asked me in one of the videos, why would you carry a knife tip up? Why would you not carry a knife tip up? What the hell the reason you carry a knife tip up is because when you take it out of your pocket, if it's tip up, you just open it and it's the right way. If it was reversed and it was tipped down, then when I pull that out of my pocket, then I have to flip the knife in order to open it. That's just dumb. If it's tip up, as you pull it out, it's the right way in your hand. The reason I brought that up though is in the last video, people said, hey, it'd be nice if you showed not only the stuff that you're carrying, but how you carry it. So this goes in my right front pocket. The other thing to note is the shorts. These are some of my favorite shorts. I love these things. They're just Dickies. They're nothing special. They're Dickies. I think they're called Flex Multi-Purpose Ripstop shorts. The reason that I love these, I got these for like 20 bucks. So they're super affordable. They're also extremely durable. Dickies are just kind of known for durability. A lot of times they're worn as like work pants for people. And they've got an extra pocket. There's a small utility pocket on kind of the middle, down below your main pocket on the right leg, which is great because it allows you to carry a couple small extra little items without it cluttering up your pockets. The other thing I love about these pants, and Taylor, Mr. I hate slant pants, is these pants have a flat on the pocket. So it's not just a normal slant pocket. It's a slant with a flat that I'm not sure if this is the purpose of it. It seems like it is. It is perfect. Your knife just cradles down in there ever so nicely. And it's a perfect little flat to hold a pocket knife. I love the pockets that do that. Slant pockets I can get in while I'm sitting down. If you're wearing jeans, you're trying to get down in those things. It's like trying to get down and you gotta like try to straighten out so you can get your hands down. I mean, that's just a pain in the ass. Slant pockets, you can get into them while you're sitting down. There's plenty of room. You're not gonna do that with your skinny jeans, Taylor. I'm just saying, buddy. Nothing wrong with skinny jeans, but the pockets are not exactly roomy in them tight ass things. I'm just saying. Plus they bind up the goods. Things tight. It's hot in Florida. Can't be keeping everything bound up like that in Florida. It's no good. So I really like slant pockets and I love these Dickie shorts. I think they're great. Taylor's retort to that, we were talking, joking around about it, is stuff can fall out of your pockets when you're sitting. I have never had that happen to me. Now that I've said this, I'm gonna be losing shit. Watch, it's like Murphy's Law. As soon as I say it's never happened, I'm gonna lose something. But to this day, I've never had anything fall out of slant pockets and lose it. I wear slant pocket shorts all the time. Moving down from my right pocket to the small utility pocket I talked about on these pants, I carry this little guy. In the last video, I had the slightly larger Hitch and Timber organizer. In the summer, I don't want all that stuff. I kind of pare it down a little bit and I carry one of these little guys right here, a Hitch and Timber proper slip. And what it allows me to do is carry a secondary blade, Swiss Army knife, Tinker, because I love Tinkers. These have some of the Daily Customs. Daily Customs makes a ton of really cool brass, titanium, all kinds of different cool scales for Swiss Army knives. A Swiss Army knife in there and then a pen. Now, I know what you're gonna say, well, Jeremy, what about a flashlight? I do like carrying a flashlight and sometimes I will clip like a small O-light or something in that pocket in lieu of the knife. But I have found that while I love having one of these and I think they are great for looking under stuff, drop something, drop your keys under your seat of your truck, whatever. If I had to pick between a flashlight and a pen, I'm gonna pick a pen because I do have a flashlight on my phone. It's not as good, and I made this argument in the last one. The phone light is definitely not as good as a purpose flashlight, but it does get you by where if you don't have a pen, you need to write something down. you're kind of SOL. Sometimes I'll switch out the Swiss Army knife for like a nice little slip joint. I did a video on this recently, the LionSteel Bestman 2. That also fits down the proper slip. That's one of the things I love about the proper slip from Tit and Timber. It's just about the size of most like small slip joints and a lot of the mid-range size Swiss Army knife. So it's kind of multi-purpose. You can put a lot of different knives in there. Anyway, allows me to carry secondary blade and a pin. Now my pin of choice, depending on what's going on, usually goes to one of my favorites. I carry this thing all the time, my Pete's Pirate Life Big Idea Design Pocket Pro. Love this pin, solid brass. The other thing I do really like, and I've been carrying more lately because we all like, you know, matchy with the copper. This is brass. I'm probably gonna kill the name Kaweco. Am I saying that right? I think people have told me it's pronounced Kaweco. If I'm killing that, you guys know how I am pronunciations, but I am a fan of the fountain pen, and this Kaweco Liliput is a great little fountain pen, mainly because, I mean, it's just tiny, right? So this thing's really small. It unscrews. Made of solid copper, and then when you screw the cap on the back, it's like pretty much the size of a full-size pen. And because the cap screws on there, it's really solid. But when it screws together, it breaks down into like a tiny little form factor. It's really a very nice, compact, and because this screws on, you don't have to worry about, like, fountain pens can leak and do weird shit. You don't have to worry about that with this because the cap screws on tight. So if it does leak, it's not gonna get all over the place. If you're a fountain pen kind of guy, look at a Kaweco Liliput if you've never checked one out. I really like it. When I'm carrying all copper, I carry this one. When I'm carrying brass, I go with my Big Idea Design Pete's Pirate Life Pocket Pro. Also, often in my right pocket with my knife, a lot of times I will throw my AirPods. Nothing interesting. These were in the last EDC update. Just some normal old AirPods, Apple AirPods in a little leather case because leather, patina. I mean, we've done this many times, you guys know. Now around to the left side pocket, wide open at this point. And that is where I normally carry my wallet. I am a front pocket wallet guy. Can't stand having a wallet in my back pocket. The newest addition to my EDC that I am a huge fan of are these Das Offene topsider wallets. These things are fantastic. You know, if you've been watching the channel, patina, and my weird fetish for leather and the smell of leather. This stuff is shell cordovan, and it is fantastic. It is great. Das Offene, great company. Was turned on to this guy. I have to give him a buddy, Taylor. I know we talked about Taylor a lot in this video, so just relax, guys, but he's a good buddy of mine. We talk all the time. He has a fantastic EDC related channel, and a lot of the stuff that I've gotten off his recommendation, so I've got to give props where props are due. Das Offene, fantastic wallets, recommended me by Taylor. The Topsider is what this one's called. He makes a ton of wallets. Active Navy guy, really cool dude. Always like supporting guys in the military, and he hand makes all these. One of the cool things about the design of these topsider wallets, or any of his wallets really, is most of them there's very little stitching, so there's very little for this thing to break down over time. It's all like different folds of leather into this design where this is the only stitching in the whole thing, and it's really durable. You got this little part, the flap that tucks in. When you open that up, what it does is it has a spot to where you can slip whole bills down in there, unfolded. You know, most of the other wallets I carry, you have to like fold your money up and it's got like a little clip style thing. The great thing about this wallet is you can slip a whole bill right down in there, which is fantastic. I don't carry cash a ton, but it is nice to have a spot to carry some bills, and I just think that's a super cool way to carry it. There's also a nice little fold in here that forms a pocket for you to slip in some cards. I usually carry 6-8 cards on me. Easily fits that amount of cards, some cash, and then you fold it over, slip that dude right in there, and it is just a super compact, lightweight, great smelling, and this thing's gonna patina and look dope, and it kind of molds your body. And there's something about a leather wallet, it's just kind of softer and it kind of feels better in your pocket than like a hard, rigid wallet. So there's definitely something cool about it. In my back right pocket, I usually carry my phone. Now my phone, exactly the same as in the last EDC spring update. I still have a iPhone 11 Pro Max with a Ridge Wallets leather case. Now the cool thing about this leather case is if you wanna go super high speed, low drag, you don't have to carry a wallet at all. If you're just going somewhere, you can slip your ID and a card in the back here and these little pockets back here. So that's another option if you're trying to go super minimal, slip a couple cards in here and move on with your day. They've been a big fan of this case. No need to go into details on the phone. You guys all know about iPhones. Half the people in the world carry them. So moving right along. The last thing in my back left pocket, which is exactly the same as it was in the last video, still carrying my Mighty Hank in my back pocket. We talked about this in the last one. I love these things. Mighty Hank makes some great stuff. Taylor sent me this one. This was a limited drop that Taylor did, but they're just little bitty Hanks that have microfiber cloth on one side. They fold up really nice. They slip in your back pocket. You don't even know they're there most of the time. When you need to clean your glasses, sunglasses, or if you're like me, I use it to wipe off my lenses on my cameras all the time. Thing never leaves my back pocket. Constantly there. Even when I'm just at home, that thing's in my back pocket because I'm filming crap and I'm wiping off lenses. So Mighty Hanks, huge fan of those things. That leads us to the last thing in my EDC spring up or summer update, watch. I've always been a watch guy, kind of, in the fact that I've always worn watches. I used to be big into Luminox watches when I was younger. They were tactical. I liked them. They're very durable, you know, kind of beat 'em up watches. I've never been a watch guy though, right? So I was just into watches. In fact, I always wore a watch until time. And then I kind of got out of it for a while and I didn't wear a watch for many years. Well, thanks to my good friends, Pete and Taylor, I am now deep down the rabbit hole of mechanical watches. If there is a hobby out there that has people that geek out about stuff, if there's some depth and some stuff to dive into, and mechanical watches definitely have that. People that collect mechanical watches, they geek out, they talk about the movements, the different materials, it goes deep. I'm in hook, line, and sinker. I resisted for a while, but I'm in. Now, you've probably seen me in a couple of my videos wearing this. This is a recent acquisition of mine. I only got this watch back about a month or two ago. This is the Oris 65 Diver Bico. Huge fan of this thing. Love it. It is stainless steel with the bronze bezel and the bronze center links. I mean, you can guess if you've listened to me at all or watched any of this video, patina, why I went with the Bico. Because it's got bronze on it, man. You know I was going for the bronze. Let me get the hell out of here. Of course I was going for the bronze. It's got the double dome sapphire crystal. It's got a date option on it, applied indices, 40 millimeters. I just love it. It's just a really great watch. I've been really happy with it so far. Oris is a great kind of entry level into the luxury watch category and makes some really cool stuff. So have been enjoying it so far. Now I will say real quick, another honorable mention, because this one probably gets more wrist time than any other watch I have, is the Seiko 5 Sports. There's a little bit of controversy, I feel like, around this, because the Seiko 5 Sports is there's some argument back and forth of whether this is the replacement for the SKX 007. I don't know, there's a bunch of scuttlebutt because people got real mad because when they discontinued the 007 and they went to this one, they dropped the 200 meter and the screw down crown, and this does not have a screw down crown and it's 100 meters water resistance. Other than that, I mean, everything else about this watch is kind of better than the SKX, right? So I don't understand why people there's a group of people that kind of hate on it. If you're diving with the watch, then certainly, yeah, you're going to need the 200 meter water resistance, and this probably isn't your dude. But for most guys, I don't think you're diving, right? You're like in the pool is as deep as you're going to go with a watch. And if that's the case, I think you're covered with 100 meters. I mean, let's be honest. I don't ever go deeper than 100 meters in water, or even close. I don't go deeper than 6 feet in water. So I think I'm good to go. But if you like the aesthetics of it, it's got an upgraded movement. The old Seiko had the 7S26, if I remember correctly. The new movement is the 5R36. This movement allows for hand winding and hacking, where the old movement didn't. 007 had printed indices. This one has applied indices and an applied Seiko label. And they switched out from a solid back to a display back. I actually prefer the display back. I think the display backs look cool. I mean, part of the cool thing about mechanical watches is the movement. And even though this isn't a particularly fancy movement, being able to look in there and see all the little intricacies and the gears and all that, I don't know. I just think it's pretty sweet. Other than that, it's basically the same watch. I mean, it looks very similar. They just upgraded a few things, changed out the movement, and dropped the 200 meters in the screw down crown. I think it's a winner. And for usually like well under 300 bucks, you can pick one of these up. It's a great everyday automatic watch. So this watch is a little more expensive. So if I were to hurt this watch or bang it up or it gets stolen or I lost it, I'd be pretty upset. This is a more everyday beater, just wear it, tear it, and don't worry about it kind of watch. So this watch probably gets more wrist time than any other watch that I have. Big fan of the Seiko 5 Sports, but just for the looks, I mean, the Oris 65, whenever I can, I wear this guy because I love it. I think it looks really nice. And I think that's it. I think, do we cover all the pockets? Did we hit all the pockets? The last thing I wanted to mention, I'm not gonna go into my keys because I still freaking hate keys. I just can't stand them. Keys are the bane of my existence. I still haven't really fixed it. I think pretty soon I'm gonna go with a suggestion from Pete, and I think I'm gonna go down, what was that damn thing? It was a James brand Holcomb, I think was the carabiner he recommended to me, and it looks really nice. I think I'm gonna go down to carrying like 2 keys and on that carabiner, and I think I'm just gonna drop down to that. I'm just gonna go super minimal on the keys because I've tried many times to get this shit in order, and there's just no way to carry this much stuff on your keys and keep it in good shape. Like I said, my keys are still a mess, so I'm not getting too much into that. We went over it in the last EDC and they're basically the same. A hot damn mess. I think that's it though. I think that wraps us up. I think we covered all the pockets. Hopefully you see that this EDC for the summer is a much more minimal situation. This is really it, right? This is way simpler than my last EDC update. I have to say it feels good. I don't know that I'll beef back up to the whole thing. We'll see. I'm gonna rock this all summer. You know, I'll be rotating knives out and doing some different things, rotating some of this gear in and out, but for the main, this is gonna be what I'm rocking. As always, I will link any of the stuff that I can link down below so that if you're interested in this stuff, you'll know where to find the details. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to smash that like button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I hope everybody is having a fantastic week, and we will see you in the next video. There's something about the smell of leather. Does that make me weird that I like the smell of leather? I mean, is it like strange that I just love the smell? I mean, it's not like an S&M thing. Like, leather's great. Patinas, you guys know my thing. The smell of it's great. Copper. I will say copper doesn't smell great. The smell of copper actually bums some people out. It doesn't bum me out. Copper definitely has a scent.